Welcome back to TimberBorn, and I'm starting off ever so slightly confused as to why we have flooded buildings here, because the water level is not particularly high, but we seem to have water here. Whether the corners have started leaking, and it's not leaking through up here. And this tree's died for some reason, but yeah, I'm a bit confused because it means our two gatherers here are not gathering. So I don't know if we need to do an emergency blocking off of these corners, but these ones aren't flooding. It's kind of weird. Maybe we'll just speed up time and see, because it does look like water is flowing in there. So yeah, I am going to, it's going to cost us a bit of volume, obviously, but I think we need to block those corners up. I don't think the game's updated, but who knows? So we're going to get some builders in to sort that out. Because that's kind of annoying. That dies in 9 days. Do we have any? I think what we can do is, what we should do is plant the missing chestnut trees in there. And if we can get ourselves a lumberjack in to cut that tree down, that would be good. So hopefully we have builders on. We do have builders on the way. Cool. But the thing that I want to tackle in this video is a bunch of the automation that I spoke about. So last time we fixed this, we made our little holiday resort, which I'm actually going to rename as Florida, because someone suggested it was a nice little retirement spot, and that's what Florida is, isn't it? We put in our new forest up here. We need to sort out some irrigation for this. So I think I'm going to go with a spot about, probably need it. Go for a spot here and see how that does. But really we need to probably do something like we've done here, and we'll do that as well actually. So we'll just blast some pockets in the corners as well to hold water when we get water back. And we'll see how that goes. We'll put a water dump here, and then we can finish planting all of this. I mean, this could do with a water dump, but actually it seems to hold okay, so I'm not too worried about that. That's all okay. So yeah, we're going to do a bunch of automation, and I wonder if we should put a tunnel through there. We'd have to move that staircase. If we did that, we could then delete that staircase and put a tunnel through there as well. Because the tunnel's cool. So we like the tunnels. We've got our combined power grid. So while we wait for the bad, actually this is a project that I wanted to tackle that we can do now, which was, I think of the best way to do this. I want to make use of this water to keep this area hydrated. I think the way we're going to do it is we are going to separate this by floodgates. Bear with me. Bear with me. Except here, where we are going to have 3 levies. Do we need more than 3 levies? Power has to go in the side. This one can be unpaused. This one should be paused. Again, this is something that I want to sort the automation of. That's fixed the leak. So it was, by the looks of it, something causing that to leak out, which is different. So that's been cut down, so you can go now. For some, I guess because that's all levees, that's not being hydrated because that's getting its water from there. So we should probably sort the planting of that. That's fine. You can be paused now. I also got distracted for a change. Let's extend path down here. And we're going to go escaping and run normal floodgates. We're going to run them to there, and we're going to run them across there, and we're going to put a levee piece there. That's going to be high priority, so it gets built before those. That's why we were over there. We were looking at, yes, power goes inside, so we actually need 4 levees. Because we can make use of this water to keep this area full. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go water. We're going to go mechanical pump. We're going to put it like that. And then we might need to leave one of these out now. I'm going to do a angle straight off of there. And then double platforms. Yep, because we can use... I was thinking how we're going to make that turn, but we can make that turn using universal power shafts. And then we'll run along here. And going to take the advice I was given about speeding up construction and put a disposable layer across the top. So power, straight power shafts. So we come up. And we'll just use an ordinary high power shaft, high power shaft, high power shaft. But it helps if you line them up, doesn't it? There we go. We're probably going to need some stair. Oh no, they can get to it from there. So if we extend this path, we can probably do all of that as well. And that should be okay. And then we are going to need to change that. Put a 4-way in rather than a 3. Power shafts. Helps if you put them the right way round. Platform. Power. go. So that will get power to this. We are then going to do water and a stream gauge. Did I not? That was dumb of me, wasn't it? There we go. Now they can build the stairs. Right, we have a bunch of bots that are out of fuel. Does this district not have? It does. It has loads of fuel. Maybe it just doesn't have fuel. Oh, it does. It has fuel in a convenient location for them as well. So they're just being dumb. So we need them to build the stream gauge before I can attach it. So we can do advanced. And make sure it's water, attach to stream gauge, and we are going to do unpause when below the lowest number I can get it to, and pause when above 0.25. There we go. What that's going to do is let us take water out of here and put it in there, and because we're going to be doing that, we will deepen this pool. So I think we can only go one deeper. So let's stick all of that in there. And yep, that'll work. Hopefully they can build all of that. Yep, looks like they can. So bad tide is over. So we can start working on this stuff, and I want to start working on the automation. What we're going to do is we're going to put a stream gauge there. We probably need a way of getting the beavers to that, which probably means breaking that path and putting a ladder in. Let's make that high priority. Basically because I want to measure the contamination in this corner, and we're going to use that to control opening them. I think the other thing we need to do, thank you, I think it was Probleme who pointed out that I had not finished connecting these up. I will do that as well, and also be a high priority job. Because I built this bit, but these currently are wasting 7,000 horsepower. So that is now looking pretty clear. So we'll knock that down to 2.5. We can knock that down to 2.5. That looks clear as well. So we can knock that down to 2.5, which means we can close these, which should increase the depth to let water through here. There we go. It's almost like there's a plan. So that should start water filling through everywhere, hopefully. Let's close the other one up a little bit. There we go. Let's push more water this way. Do all of them. So now all of the water is going through our water system, hopefully. There we go. So that's working. That's being built. And yeah, it just means I don't have to babysit this. It was definitely a good idea. We can check whether this pauses or not once it gets some water. And the idea is that these are going to be at 0 unless we are in a drought. But they can't get to those now. That's annoying. How am I going to resolve that? We can just come along here. That should allow them to build those last couple of floodgates. And so what we're going to do is, yep, that's paused that. So we are going to do basic. When drought starts, these are going to go to 1. When drought ends, they go to 0. When bad tide starts, they go to 1. When bad tide ends, they go to 0. So, same for these. So that should mean that if the pump turns on, it'll pump water over and these will be shut. So that's the theory. And with them being open floodgates, they don't restrict the flow into the rest of the area. There is logic to what I'm doing. I never hooked these up to the stream gauge, which I should. I guess the other thing we could do is we can get rid of these bits of path and place that dynamite. I was thinking we could widen all of this out, so we could go with some double dynamite there. I assume they can get to those. They can. And we could go with some triple dynamite there. We could get rid of get rid of these crappy beech trees that are dead anyway. And then put triple dynamite there as well, and that will just make this a little bit bigger. We should do a double there. I blast that side out. That can get through, can't it? Could make this into reservoir as well. So we might need to do a bit of work to get down there. I guess what we could do is put double dynamite there, and then we can put some ladders in. So cool, that's all filling up. So pause. I want to sort automations. So advanced, attach to stream gauge there, and when that is, we want to unpause when below 2. That'll do. And we want to pause when above about 2. So let's set all of these. I'll do this and I'll come back. So that's the last of those set. So that should all be good. Those are being built, which is cool. Next, I want to sort these out. So what I want to do is, these are linked to a double floodgate. Which double floodgate? Advanced. Yep, so they're linked to that one. And that's attached to it. So disable during drought. We probably don't want to do that actually. And when it's above 0.7, it goes to 2. When it's below 0.3, it goes down. So that pulls water from in here. And then probably we want to do the same over here. So attach to stream gauge. Low threshold. I'm going to go with like really low. And we're going to set it so it should be lower than this one. Yeah. So if it's really low, we open this one. Otherwise, we're going to set the high threshold to be below the other side. So it takes water from that side first, but if not, it will take water from this side. That will mean it flows through. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. In here, but we aren't going to be able to get to it. I want to... We're probably going to have to rely on unplanting. We're going to unplant all of those. Unless, actually, they might be able to get to them. We're going to try and delete them. I want to put another bank of floodgates in here for the next automation project. We are also going to automate these. Kind of annoying that we can't make this deeper, but we could make it bigger. About 3. And could make it much bigger. If we went... we don't actually need this path now because it doesn't go anywhere. So, in fact, we could just do... where's the ladder? It's there. Let's do it that way. And do that. Do that. We're going to need 1. We'll just do... Actually, if we do that, and then we put a triple dynamite in that corner, we can do the stack of ladders and dynamite, get access to everything, dynamite everything. That's cool. How is everything doing over this way? I think we forgot to detonate these. So we have to wait quite a long time for water to get round here. You can see it's just starting to come. But what we're going to do is our trusty water stream gauge. And then dump. There we go. And then we'll sort that in a bit. We should probably get rid of this now. We can plant some more oak trees there. And all across here. How far can he go? About there. Do that. Yep. Can get all of those. Let's make sure they are all marked for cutting, because currently none of them are. Because I'm a genius like that. There we go. So probably, do we have... We do. We should make these all bots. And we should pause all the lumberjacks, actually. Because it's a really long way for them to come. And the same over here. You should be bots. Just so that they don't have to go so far to get to work every day. And then what we should do is delete a couple of those and a couple of those, and we will put in some fuel tanks for them so they don't have to go back. We now need to automate this, so we're going to attach to a stream gauge. We're going to pause when above 2.9, and we're going to unpause when below 2. There we go. And then put in a couple of small fluid tanks. They will be both set to obtain, and one will be biofuel and one will be catalyst. We won't worry about punch cards and getting that bonus. So you're going to be prioritized by haulers. And the same here. There we go. Obtain biofuel. Obtain catalyst. Awesome. Yeah, that's hydrated most of the area. So possibly once there's a bit more water, it will have done all of it. Right, that's that sorted. Let's go back over here, detonate that, and we are going to put in our stack of staircases. You should be able to build all of those. And we are going to... That's going to be 2. That's going to be 2. We might need to put some paths in. Yeah, screw it. And go to there. We are going to need a platform there. And we will put some pathing up here because we've got space for it. Let's run that all the way along there. Probably needs to be a bit longer. That's what she said. And it probably doesn't need to be that long in that case. Come on. Save. 3. There we go. And then we put a bunch of 1s on these. We need those, not really, but we will anyway. Run that along there. And then we will cover that in. We won't cover all of that. We will cover... We're going to need... How deep's the water get? 1 block up. Right. Actually, we are going to remove all of this platform. So I'm going to, don't worry, I'm going to set up some storage for dynamite and extract for them. Right, we have storage for dynamite already, so we just need extract. It's not going to be a lot, but it'll help. I prioritise building that. Come on, mouse. Please work. These were set to supply. They need to be set back to obtain, and they need to be prioritised by haulers. Let's get stuff built, lads. So these can all be 1s. Yeah. And we can add a nice bit of depth or, you know, surface area to that. So we're going to let that go. This is our new food and fuel area, which seems to be doing... Maple pastries is still the backlog. So if we go in here, just going to prioritize those by haulers, I think. And is it the storage? Do we really... We have 1400 storage, so it's not a storage issue. So that's our new food area. What I wanted to do is that's all okay. That's automated, so that's okay. Oh, someone forgot to do the swap, and that's one of the things that I want to automate. So the way I'm going to do this is, because the basic doesn't work, I think, because we've got pause when drought starts, but unpause when temperate ends is wrong to me. So we're going to have to do it off of a stream gauge, I think, and we're going to do it off of a... We do it off of this one? Yeah. So we are going to pause when it's below half a meter, and we will unpause when it's above, say, 0.6. And then this one we will attach to the same stream gauge, and we will unpause when it's below 0.3, and we will pause. Where they go? Pausing. Go and unpause when below 0.45. There we go. So what that should do is when there's water in here, it should fill this up. When there's not water in here, it'll pause that one and start that one. Cool. So we've got those sorted. We've got those sorted. We've got those sorted. The next thing I want to do is this. And what we're going to do is... Do we have a stream gauge in here? We do. So we are... Do we care about wasting the power? The main thing I care about is not flooding the main district. Can I just let that overflow? So what we're going to do is we're going to go down here. We have this stream gauge, which is at 0.65, which is probably higher than we want. So what we're going to do is attach the stream gauge over here, and we are going to unpause when below 1.25, and we are going to pause when above 0.56. Yeah, that's close enough. And we are going to go to this one, and we are going to do the same thing. Except I can't remember the numbers that I put in, so let's go 0.56, 0.25. See if we can get close to those. There we go. Good enough for government work. And I just want to check what happens if this floods. I want to make sure that it goes back into... And I could force it. I'm going to do that. So we're going to put in some dynamite here. We're going to make that a priority. Guessing they can't get to a lot of this stuff. How is that? Because I was dumb and didn't put the part in. So this can all be detonated. This can all be detonated. And I did not put strong enough dynamite in because I'm dumb. That's annoying. That means that tower is not tall enough. Now let's rebuild it so that it is. So we need to do dynamite in the bottom there. These may as well be detonated. Pulling resources out of there. So we are going to detonate this. We are going to do a dam and put the path back. So we make that high priority. We are then going to put that back. Reconnect the power to the top ones, and we will make that high priority as well. So that should stop this flooding. Have they got rid of these? They have. So we are going to build a set of floodgates there. I'm hoping we can build those off the bridge. And we're going to use this to try and control the water based on 2 stream gauges. Because I want, if there's water in here, but not in here, I want it to go that way. If there's water in here, but not in here, I want it to go this way. So we'll see if we can set that up. Are these automated at all? They are not. So realistically, oh, they're down anyway. That's fine. Yeah, because that was part of our early flood control, wasn't it? So, okay. That's all quite high. So I think we should start, what we should do is gaping, no, water, stream gauge. We should automate these floodgates because I think we probably want this one to be at half now. Just to reduce that right on the edge of depth that we were. Right. This is all sorted now. We just, yeah, you've just got to get around to planting everything. That's fine. Over here, have we placed our stick of dynamite? Right, I'm just going to delete those. We didn't actually place our stick of dynamite. Because we were at the bottom. Oh, jeez. That's annoying. Oh, well. Can rebuild those. And that's getting rebuilt. Which is cool. And what that means is we did not automate these. So attach the stream gauge, and we want to pause if below that, and we want to unpause if above. Yep. So basically this is about not wasting power, essentially. So we will pause if really low, and pause if not really low. And then if they're pumping and these aren't pumping, it will just come out of this spillway here, kind of like it is now. Awesome. Yeah, we're just going to make this bigger, basically. I should maybe put a stack of these this side as well. So we're going to do that. Let's detonate those. And then we can get both sides of the path. Let's detonate those as well. So we need a bunch of bingles in there and in there. Let's detonate you and build our stack of ladders. This is going to be a bit of a pain. I should have planned better. What I'm going to do is plan better now. which means deleting all of this and putting a path in. Hopefully they might not be able to get far enough to get those, so I'll do a few more. Hopefully once the stairs are built they can get to them. Assuming I connect all the paths up. Right, awesome. So that's sorted. Did our stream gauge get built? It did. So we are going to attach to a stream gauge, and the low threshold is going to be 0.95, and it's going to go to 0, and then a threshold. Yeah, that should work. So if it's 0 and then that works, we're going to disable during a drought. No, we're not. We actually want a double layer here because I want to be able to hold water in during a drought. It's the easiest way to get another one built there. Been thinking about this idea for a while, but I've not had a chance to test it, so that's what we're doing. Because we only have a single input into how you control things, but I want double inputs into some things, so she would probably need, she's going to build another full layer. So we're going to have to, how can we get to it from, no, I don't want to get to it from all the way over there. Do that. Hopefully that doesn't have unintended consequences. There we go. And they're going to be set to 0 for now until they're built. So I'll have to come back and finish that off. But the idea is that these are, should we synchronize that one as well? And these are going to be on a basic, and when a bad tide starts they go to 0, and when a bad tide ends they go to 1. We might do that off contamination actually. Attach the stream gauge. Right. Contamination low. If there's any contamination we want them to drop. Am I doing that the right way around? No, I'm not sure. What I know is we don't want that, we want that. Might have to think about that one. So we want a stream gauge here. Or here. I think actually almost all of these need to, I'll do that. I'm struggling to think of my way around some of these things. Because if I set this to be off contamination, I guess if we had it at 1% that they go up and at 0% they go down, that might be okay. 1% shouldn't hurt anything. Let's try. Attach to stream gauge. So low threshold is 0 and they go to a half. The high threshold is 1 and they go way up. Let's try that. I don't think we can get down here, but we can now. Because we're going to do a similar thing. The contamination's likely to get stuck in this corner, isn't it? You don't need that. Obviously, there may be some unintended consequences, and once we've got this set up, I might speed the game up to test things. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to do 0% contamination goes to a half. 1% contamination, they go all the way up. And then, yeah, I think here, that's because it's, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. It's doing its job. They are, because they're next to each other, aren't they? So we need a gap. Okay, so we want to throw those up. We want to cancel this. Let me delete it all. Yes. And we need to go back around here because we don't want them to actually be next to each other. Now let me think, do I need this? No. We are going to do advanced. If the contamination is 1, they're going to go to 0. If the contamination is 0, they go to 1. Got that the wrong way around. Why didn't that? Contamination is greater than 0 there. So if it's below, okay, so if it's below, if it's above 1, they go to 0. If it's below 0, they go to 1. Isn't that working? Contamination low threshold. So if the contamination is below, let's try this way, below 1, they go to 1. It's above 2. There we go. Okay, so what we need to do here is if the contamination is below 1, they are at a half, and if it's above 2. Right. We're learning. So we will attach to stream gauge. The contamination is below 1. It goes to a half. And if If it's above 2, it goes to 2. That means if we have a drought, or we can do... Actually, when we get a drought, we'll do it. When we can do disable during drought, we can set to 1. That's it. So we will do find disable during drought and go to 1. Awesome. Actually, we might be able to do that on the other one as well. So here, we need to change that to 1 and to 2, and then to disable during drought and set to 2. Right. And down here, that's based off of contamination, but we want to disable during a drought and set to 1, and disable during drought and set to 1. Cool. I think they're all set up now. This one is set up and has been for a while. These... How's that set? That's based off of contamination, so that's okay. That just protects us from contamination. We'd never get any in there, but never say never. That's all okay. That's all okay. That's working, and the dude's planting trees. How long have we got? 15 days still, so that's okay. That's all okay. So that's all been automated. And I doubt this will need water until we get into a drought. So that's fine. We should automate these probably. I need to think about how we automate these. No, this gets fed from elsewhere. This gets fed from over here. Yeah, that's okay. So why aren't they doing any of this? They have done all of this. You're going to tell me you can't get here. Why can't you get here? Because I didn't connect to that, maybe? Yep. Okay. I'm done. Hopefully they can do all of that layer. This was completely pointless. I don't know why I built it. But yeah, they can get to all of that now, so that's good. Oh, we can probably do a tunnel now. So if we go into paths and tunnels, and was it that one? Yep. That'll shortcut some stuff. So we reclaimed all of this land. We don't actually have a use for it at the moment. What are we short on? Books. Let's do another printing press then. Set to books. Cool. Right. This is all... let's speed things up again so we make progress. Because I think now a lot of it is waiting on stuff. I think. Yeah, I don't think we need a second layer here. I think we've got this sorted. If we also set to disable during bad tide, that should do it, because that's basically managing the water level. But I've got that set to 0. It should be probably like that. So it's at 0.75. Am I being dumb again? So if it's below 0.92, goes to, if it's above 0.98, if it's below 0.7, it goes to 1. If it's above 0.95, it goes to a half. Is that right? .7 at the moment, so why isn't that going up? There we go. Okay, that's kicked in. Yeah, that's what we want. We want it to keep that deep. But if it gets too deep, it lets water out. Cool. This is all working. How are we doing over here? This is all placed, so we can detonate that. I'm guessing they can't get to that one piece. Yeah, that's annoying. Oh well. We do that, they'll be able to get to it. Let's detonate all of that as well. The question was, no, the intent was, I just didn't get around to it, to do that, and then put this as well. So I can probably reach up to those pieces as well. Cool, so that will give us a nice extra bit of storage. And we're keeping everything nice and full over here, which is good. This is still letting water through into here, which is also good. Oh wow, they cracked on with that, didn't they? Right, let's get rid of these random protrusions. You might not end up detonating all the way back along here. We will see. Let's get rid of the weird corner bits, and then we can I should have put 3s in here, shouldn't I? Yeah, I should. I can reach that. Awesome. Because otherwise we're going to have to do it twice anyway. So let's do it. Which means those need 2s. Do it once and do it properly. We should have learnt this from before. This, because we can only do trees. Detonate this. And then need to leave some land to act a boundary. When they get to there, they can. So once we've mapped this out once, it will be much easier. We can just fill all of this in, and I think we'll go like that. And down there. And down there. And we have 3 days until a drought. Let them get all of that placed. That doesn't matter. Cool. Oh, power grid is absolutely fine. Oh, I forgot to do another job that I was planning to do, which was to hook all of these up. So, I was actually going to do that off camera, but oh well. C'est la vie. La vie. Got him. I really know I'm not funny. You don't have to tell me. Sorry, I'm concentrating, which makes for riveting entertainment. I know. Hallway. There. Trying to be careful to block off bits. What we can do is we can run a path along here and then along each of these. And then I think we are pretty safe to do that. We are pretty safe to delete that bit of path because those are connected. We can do that. And go up. Couldn't we? Can we build this one? Yes, we can. So we're going to go multi-way. Going to go top piece. Going to go across there. We can get all of those. So those are done. We can delete this. Yep. We can do there. Those are done, so we can do there. Those are done, so we can do there. Are these all hooked in? They are. They are. They are. They are not. Because we're just just missing that connection. That'll connect all of those. We can then join those up, those up. And we will just slowly work our way back, I think. Are those connected? They are, so I think we can delete this and this. And start to connect those up. Those are connected, so let's work our way back. Don't accidentally delete all your windmills. So we then want a straight power shaft there. Oh, there's a whole bank along the back that I missed there. So we can delete that piece of path and connect that way. There. Done. We can delete that. Do that piece. And we can do that piece. Yeah, those are connected. This will connect these in. Yep. So we can then delete back along here. Let me select the damn delete tool. There we go. And we can connect those. There's our drought. So let's just check our gates. They've gone up to 2. They've gone up to 2. They've gone up to 2. They've gone up. Awesome. That's all worked. So we just need to keep an eye on this. Has started pumping. So that's cool. These are built, so what we want to do is, I actually wanted it slightly different to that. And it's going to be a pain to build. I want to delete that. Oh, this is going to be a real pain. We don't need that connection now. Right, we're going to go up and over the top, and then we'll have to do a ladder path off and levees there, levees across there. Okay, could have done with some decorative things. I made some of the floodgates too high, basically. That there. That there. And that there. I want to divide them. So let's carry on. too far from anyone to plant. Yeah. Okay. Our water storage full. It is pretty much. Right. Did we get these connected up? We did. Some of them are still turning. And it's all still part of one big power grid. So back here. Yep. So if we delete those, that'll hook those up. Already connected. So in theory we don't need these. But we'll put them in anyway. We just need this one. That should be every windmill. I'm just going to click randomly through the array and check that they have demands on them. Yeah. That's a lot of windmills. That is a lot of windmills. So over here, oh cool, all of this got placed. We're in a drought at the moment, so it doesn't really matter, but I went, yeah, that makes sense. Because we're going to detonate all of that as well. And there is a route for that water to get into here. So, yeah, we can make use of all of that extra area, which is cool. That's all okay. They're both paused at the moment. So 0.48 pause and below 0.52. Yep. But that won't kick in until it's dried out a little bit more. But that's okay. That's getting built. Once the ladder's built, hopefully they can build those. And then I need to work out the logic for this. What else have we got going on building project-wise? I don't think we have. Yeah, we have. So let's reclaim some path. And bung in a load of dynamite. There we go. You can be detonated. I should have taken that down, yeah. It's obviously going to reduce the depth of the reservoir, but that's okay. And this one started pumping. Awesome. So they've got this built, right. So let's think to get water to go this way. So if hatch to stream gauge, it is below 0.1, 0.2, set to 0. If it is above 0.3, set to 2. Right, so if that's low, this one opens. Attached to stream gauge, advanced. If this one, so the low is point. So if there's more than 0.3, that will go to 0. there is. No, I want this the other way around. There's less than 0.1. That's at 3. If there's more than 0.3, is that right? Yep. So if there's water in this side, that one's open. If there's not water in that side, then this one opens. So that allows water to go from this pool into this pool. And then attached to stream gauge. Is that one attached already? Yep. So if the water is above, I mean, what did I do this side? 3. Goes to 0. And then 0.3. So if there's not water, so there's less than 0.3. I'm not sure I have this the right way around, if I'm honest, but 0.2. So there's water in this side, so it doesn't need to go that way. There's water in this side, so it can go that way. Yep, I think that's right. We'll just have to keep an eye on it and see if that works. Autosave. So, I kind of feel like we are pretty close being done. I can't get to those. How many are we going to have to delete? So that they can get to those. Yep, cool. Yeah, I think we're pretty close to being done. I'm not even sure we need to finish this job really, but we will. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with where we are actually. This hasn't grown in yet, but that's okay. So they've placed those now, so we can delete those. Escaping. Triple dynamite. Let me select triple dynamite. Get the one I missed there. So this level can go. Awesome. Could have done that as well. Would have looked cooler. Here we could probably have gone all the way with this, but can they get to that still? They can. Cool. Please let me select the triple dynamite. There we go. Seriously. There we go. Thank you. And that can go. So we actually want to delete to there. That will give us our nice square pool. Probably I should do that as well, so that we can access the staircase. Yeah, I'm thinking that we are kind of good on here. We've got plenty of spare beavers and bots. No one's contaminated now, which is nice. Do we want to do... Let's do that one as well, just for neatness. So we can clear that. And we're going to need path into here. Like that will do. And fill that with triple dynamite. Can they get to there? They can. Let the train go through. And then we'll detonate that. So we didn't quite plan that properly, so we'll do that. Get that filled up. There we go. I guess it would be cool to have a look at a bad tide. So we'll get this finished. I'll then speed ahead. It looks like it needs to come out one more. I'm not sure I can get to it. I might have to do a staircase there. Yeah, what I'm thinking is I will I'll just keep playing until we get a bad tide, just to show you that. Done this. Wonder if when we have water here it'll hydrate those. Just because it's going to be an utter pain to get a water dump in here. Kind of tempted to detonate stuff as they go back. We'll let them place it all. Come build that. Yes. The sensible thing to do would be to take advantage of the 70 odd bots we've got sat around. Put a load of builders' huts in. And that's not going to be 70, that's going to be 16, but you get the idea. It's all working okay. So in theory, this should say that there's 0.5 there, and there's 0.3 there, yep. So, and basically, maybe I make this so it's a bit more enthusiastic. Keep it a little bit deeper. I'd love to test this with some really long droughts now and see how the system works, but that will be for hard mode. And I'm thinking, and I don't know how popular it's going to be, but hey, I kind of don't care too much. But A, I'm putting in the wrong dynamite. That only needs to be a double. Yep. I wish it would tell you that. Oh well. I'm thinking of playing the Meander map. I have been watching Stormhaven Gaming, and I can never say your name. Anishian Gaming. Both play that map, and it looks really challenging on hard, which is what I'm planning to play on. So I'm thinking of playing that map. It's another map that is prepared for update 5. We're going to do Iron Teeth because we've done Folk Tales. So, and I think that could be kind of cool. Yeah, it feels like it would be quite a challenging map. So that's why I want to give it a go. These are working perfectly, our little water pockets. And the way I would hydrate these if I needed to, I mean, the problem, the droughts are never long enough to challenge these trees dying. If we were on hard mode, I'd probably blast an irrigation channel in somewhere. Or I'd come at it from behind and get some water in here. But neither of those is particularly needed. They can get to those still, so I'm going to let them place them. That's the drought over. So let's see how everything has behaved. They've dropped to a half. They've dropped to a half. That stayed up because the water level's not too high. Awesome. Oh, we've got some drying out crop there. We have. We can get to there, can't we? So what we should do is place a couple of bits of dynamite there, and maybe there. Just to do the same thing, to hold some pockets of water once the water gets back round here. Yeah, because they're drying out and dying, so that would fix that. It's not a problem. We've got so much food. We've got 36,000 food. We still haven't got maple pastries cracked. The bakeries have got supplies, so what we're going to do is put in 2 more bakeries for maple pastries. We'll get those built and see if that gives us enough. So yeah, our water levels are coming back up. Power's running. Did we ever? No, we're not really touching our minuscule amount of gravity batteries. I don't think we dried out the reservoir this time either, which is good. I could have replaced all these unplaced triples with doubles, but just get them done. So we just lost our first level, so it made the changes have made this last longer, and all of this stayed hydrated. Both our pumps are running at the moment, but that should sort itself out, I think. Both of these are closed, which seems wrong. This one has 0.7, so this should be open. Do it that way. There we go. Yeah, that's right. Why hasn't this one paused? Why? Because I hadn't ticked the box. So that should fill back up. That's already filled back up. If we go over to our wheat field, we can now detonate these, and that will give us little pockets of water to keep that alive. Go back to the reservoir. Need to let them place those. Come on, someone can build that. Oh, they could have done it from the top. Fair enough. Do that. I guess we're only saving extract, and we've got 2k of extract. We are full of extract, in fact. Still short of limbs. I'm going to do some experiments, actually, with bots, because the theory says we've got enough with how we've got it configured, but it never works out that way. So. And these don't need to run now because we've got water going in, so that's fine because we've got so much power. Let's prioritize these so we can retreat this path back. Why are you going that way? I guess it's quicker. In that case, do that. Save you going all the way. In fact, we don't need that chunk of path. Cool. Because that was just to get this stream gauge in and do some exploding. Awesome. So something, let them do a little bit. I'm just going to put dev mode on. And we're going to turn the fog off. We're going to go into free mode. And not the best doing it at night, but I thought I would just have a quick look at the map from above. So we've developed quite a lot because we started in here. And we've got maybe 2/3 of the map. No, maybe half of the map developed, which is probably the most I've ever done. It's a big map. So I think that's pretty cool. So we're going to get rid of free mode and we'll switch off dev mode. And come on, bugger off. GeForce was trying to help me. Let's put a bit more path. Throw in some more dynamite. Prioritize it. I've just realized why they're swimming the long way around. Because I'm dumb. You can't go up 2 levels on a single flight of stairs. Dynamite production is just about keeping up with the army of beavers we have doing this. Everything over here is working well. Yeah, I like this idea. I'm going to test it more when we do the iron teeth next time. Because we haven't really got to explore it too much this time. Going to be adding in a few more mods next time. So we're going to add the smart power mod is available now, and I think that's a really good one for the iron teeth because it controls how power is used and, more importantly, wasted or not. And I think they'd be pretty hot on that kind of thing. The time-lapse mod is back, and I'm going to add that in because I think it might be nice every week, maybe, to do a time-lapse summary of what we achieved. I need to see how I can set it up with what I want to try and do. But I think that'll be fun. I might try and get that top-down view like we had, or maybe just a little bit of angle on it, just to give some depth perception, so we can see things grow. It's almost all done. Yep, that will be all done once they've placed those last few. Well, that level will be all done. 2 more. Hopefully you're carrying. Yep, you're carrying these. Why couldn't you have built it? Yeah, bots. Right, let's delete some path. Chuck that in. Yeah, and I guess I've got 250,000 science. We've not really maxed out well-being this time like we did last time. We've not gone all bots this time. This has been a lot more about just experiencing update 5. And we will experience... I think we've just screwed that up. So... pause. Let's go down. Yeah, I don't want that there to be joined, and that means cutting our ore. Let's go more simple. Let's go levy. Why can't I build levies on top of you? Why can't I stack levies on there? There we go. You become the priority. Doesn't matter too much while we've got water flowing, but that would have been very bad if we didn't have water flowing. You can be detonated. It'd be so cool if we could fill this up properly, but we cannot because this map does not have a lot of height. Day 5. Keep going. Oh, cool, we've got that built. Let's stop that issue, hopefully. Yeah. So many builders at work. Delete tool, please. Please be placing. Yep. Yep, I can reach that. We can delete the stack. Actually, once they've placed those, we could get to it from there. Come on. Some injured beavers, building lacks materials, chestnuts. But we've got 3.5k grilled chestnuts. So okay, we can fix that because we've got a load of spare bots. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, that's right. That is all okay. Where are we? Got disorientated there. So let's can I get that placed? Hold on. Go. Because these last few they can get from down below. Yeah, I'm not worried about not having haulers and builders. That's fine. Some of them are in that district anyway. That's completely okay. Oh, we need to unpause our lumberjacks over here. And get them to work. Should probably have put in a bigger log store there, but that's okay. God, I'm getting lost on this map. There we go. I want to go. So let's check. Last one. Detonate. Cool. So that's made that much bigger. I'm not sure why I left that bit. No, not sure. Oh well. I do like that though. That's very cool. So I'm going to push on until we get a bad tide and we're going to check this stuff and then we will wrap things up. I've just had the notification for a bad tide so we can test some things out. A couple of days to go still, but that's okay. I blasted a bit more of this out just to kind of square it off a little bit. I built some more storage. I'm in the process of finishing. I built another 2 layers on here, another layer going on here. We've got another temple going in here, and another layer going on here as well, and a large storage for planks going in, because the game was saying that we didn't have storage for planks. We did. It was here, so I'm not sure why they weren't picking them up, but they are now, so that's good. Everything else is working fine. I'm just kind of picking ingredients to store rather than prepared foods, because the prepared foods take more space up. That's something that I want to be better at on the next one. Is, you know, if you go to, let's say, the grist mill, so 1 cattail root gives 1 cattail flour. That's fine. We then go in to the bakery and 1 gives you 4. So you need 4 times as much storage to store the crackers as you do the flour. So what I'm thinking is that we will use smaller warehouses for storing the things that they can actually eat. And we will use, because it's more efficient to use large storages for these. At least early on. That's the plan. So that's about all that I've done, really. Just been kind of watching the gameplay, doing a little bit of management. So 4 of the buildings that lack workers are in our closed district. This is okay. I did have a problem with bots. I had realized that I didn't have, I said I had a problem with limbs. The problem was that I didn't have, I think I might have had one factory set to limbs instead of two. And that, although the math says it's enough, it's not. So you get one chassis every 18 hours, you get one head every 18 hours, and you get one limb every 4.5 hours. So in theory, you should get 4 limbs every 18 hours. It never seems to work out. Never, in my experience. So we, as I say, we're out of scrap metal, but we're running the mine, so we won't be. So that's fine. We've got loads of tree planks, loads of metal blocks. Our new forest over here is producing now. Could probably do with a few more lumberjacks, but you know, really doesn't matter. We've got 2,500 logs stored up, 29,000 food. Yeah, I just want to see how the water stuff all reacts to the bad tide, basically. So 0.9 of a day. Might have been a longer video, I'm not sure, but yeah. It would have been nice to explore a little bit more of the map, maybe, but you know, kind of feel like we're done. I think I've learnt enough to tackle hard mode. He says confidently, expecting it to maybe not go so well. We'll see. We will see. Did have a little bit of problem with flooding up here, so I have adjusted this floodgate, so it's now based off of the stream gauge up here, I think, or further up here, possibly this one actually. And I've lowered the level that it starts to let water out. When I had it set off of this one, it was pulsing because it would drop quickly as the water came out, but it wasn't actually letting much water out. So that seems to have sorted it and stopped the flooding up here. So that was cool. This district is pretty much not doing anything now except making some stuff. We've got all of the dirt production paused because we don't need dirt now. Yeah. They're just living their lives. And we're going to wait and see what happens with the bad tide. So we probably first want to watch this one and this set of gates. Actually, what I'm thinking is we should probably quickly try and throw a stream gauge there. And can we get one here? Just to see what happens as the bad tide comes in, as to how contaminated this side gets. We might not get it built in time. Who am I kidding? So bad tide coming in. The contamination here is at 0.02. Let's pause. So those haven't gone up. So contamination to helps if you do that. There we go. So a little bit of contamination got in, and we might have some contaminated beavers, but pretty low. It's only at 9%. So if we go down here, so these have kicked in. Down here, we are at 0% contamination. And I'm just getting the first tendrils of bad tide coming down here. And 1, and 2, and up. And that isn't enough to affect anything. Awesome. So let's crank the speed up. We need to get through the bad tide and see what happens the other end. This is all just kind of experimentation now, really. Get to building those. That's okay. That's all working. Those all opened up. So yeah, I'll be back at the end of the bad tide. Not the end of the bad tide yet. The contamination's having a little bit of an effect. So to manage that, what we're going to do is put in a bad tide pump. And I just need to take out a few more bits of crop. And what that should do is pump out, or bad water pump, which that should pump out the bad water. And stop it spreading. Yes, because our contamination is about 6%. So what we want to do is link it to that. And we want to unpause when contamination is greater than 0 and pause when it is less than 0. So basically what that should do is pump out the bad water. And this district probably doesn't have any bad water storage, but we can fix that with a random water tank there. And yeah, that should help, I think. Yeah, it's going down. So if we were being thorough, we would do the same over here with a storage tank. Come on. That would be set to bad water. That would have a stream gauge. That's that one. And no, we missed one. Here. Actually, what we could do is attach stream gauge to there. And do that. If the contamination is above 2, that goes up. That's the right way around. Yep. So if any contamination gets past the gates into there, that gate goes up. And then we have there's and the same arrangement. That's not ideal. That would work. And storage. Got a couple of little ones there. As we set to bad water, we want to set them to supply. That gets attached to a stream gauge and unpause when above 0, pause when below 0. And pause when above. Actually, let me select one. That should be paused for now. Let me select a really small number. Thank you. Pause. Right. Go back over here. That should be set to supply. That needs a piece of path, and then it should be attached to stream gauge. And pause. Pause when below 0. That should be paused. Right, so that gives us some protection if bad water gets past. And how's that working up here? Contamination is at 3%, but it's now not affecting anything. And that can be set to, I guess we can leave that. Cool. So now we just need to check what happens when the bad tide ends. Half a day left to go. I've built a second bad tide pump over here. And it's not the best option having them have to go through the water to get here. We should fix that actually. Let's do that. Because if they're going, if it's very polluted and they're going through that, that's bad. Oh yeah, let's fix that quickly. It shouldn't take long. It shouldn't be bad enough that it affects down here. So something that I did notice is, although it's at 1% here, it's at 0 over here. So, although that is the only way to join these two districts. So maybe now we're a bit more advanced, we should use bridges. Let's just pause a second. So I want to pay attention to the... Are we going to be enough? Yeah. We don't need to get down there, so... Shouldn't take them long to build those and reconnect them. So we'll go on single times speed. And let's speed up a little bit. We're at 100% contamination at the moment. Inside we are at 1%, so it has taken them a while to deal with that local contamination, but it's dropping. Having it in the corner here does mean that we're going to have definitely clean water, because here it's at 11, here it's at 40, so I think that's good. We go downstream again, we're at 50 odd, so having them in the corner I think is good. And these are still open, which is also good. So if we go up here, we are at 9. We need to get down to 2%. So that might take a little while. 3, 2. There we go. And then if we look this side, we're staying at 1%, so that's fine. Here we are at 3, 2, so that's opened, and we are 1, 2%. I think that's fine. By the time it's flown through, it will be very diluted. And then here we are at 9. So these, I don't remember how I set these. So they're off of 2% contamination. So that should close soon. It has. This needs to come down a little bit more to allow this to open. There we go. So that worked. These are going to just pulse a little bit, I guess, as it sorts itself out. Yeah. But that has worked. We are at 0%. So these haven't paused, which is not the end of the world. They don't quite give fine enough control to completely automate it, but that's, yeah, I'm really pleased with that. And this never ran out, which is cool. I don't know. So yeah, I think we are going to call this series done. I hope you have enjoyed it. Finishing on episode 20, which is kind of cool. It's brought a whole load of new traffic to the channel. So if you're one of those new people, thank you. If you're one of those new people and you haven't, think about subscribing as we go on to the next Update 5 series, where we will be on hard mode with the folk tales. So I will see you then.